Married one. Here you go. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us today. Gonzo and Matt, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Carol Robidoux. Keep it right here. You got Matt Connaughton Unleashed coming up at 4 p.m., followed by Through the Stage Door from the Majestic Theater and Retro Spectrum Radio. That's all tonight. WMNH. Have a great day, everybody.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria.
For delivery, call 603-782-8450.
Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town.
1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Best cocktails around.
Come in as friends and leave as family.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
You are listening to WMNH-LP, Manchester's radio, broadcasting at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation from the top of 1000 Elm Street. Our studios are located at 1045 Elm Street and licensed to Manchester Public Television Service in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. Contact us by email at WMNH953@gmail.com or through our website at WMNHradio.org.
Strangers in my hallways, peaceful dreams are swimming in my head.
everybody, welcome. Here we go. It's that time again. Matt Connerton Unleashed. And we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today, and merch too, if you want one of these fancy shirts. Today is Tuesday, January 24, 2023. Welcome. Nice to have you all with us today. Melanie in the chat room was just saying, our friend Melanie La Liberty from the great state of Vermont. Is it me, or was that a really long intro song? That was 2 songs, actually. Yeah, I played an extra track because we were working out a little last-minute technical kerfuffle, but it's all ironed out and working now, and thank you to our friend Joe Lar, who always comes through in a pinch. And everything is good. Everything is good. In fact, we've got an exciting show today. Coming up in the second hour, if you like the music, coming up in the second hour today, we have the band Marvel Prone coming in to do an interview and a few acoustic numbers. I think that's what the young people say, right? They refer to songs as numbers. Gonna hear a number, I think. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to be happening in the second hour today, and there's plenty to talk about in the first hour as well. As the news is never dull, that is for sure. But if you'd like to join us today on the program, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. Hit me on social media at Matt Connerton, or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And of course, you're welcome to interact and opine in the Facebook live chat, and we will say hello to everybody in there in a moment. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. And let's go ahead and say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat. I see Jason Federson joins us in the chat. Hello. Also known as J-Fed. That's what they call him on the morning show. Oh, we actually have a call already, right out of the gate. Our friend Easy G is on the line. Hello.
Hey, I wanted to call the second hour and ask that important question.
Yeah. Pretty sure I know what it is. Right? I do know what it is. I do.
Yeah, I might do that. You never know. I'll keep you guessing.
Wow.
Hey, I got some breaking news. Amanda McCarthy Day is coming up.
Yeah?
She's coming to town for this weekend. And I'd like to get them out, if that's okay with you.
Oh, she's going to be in the area playing some live shows? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, New Hampshire, yeah. Believe it or not.
Oh. Well, very good, yeah.
Too far for me to go, but hey.
Uh-huh.
Hoping other people can go.
Yeah, New Hampshire's a little far for you?
I'm sorry.
New Hampshire's a little far for you?
Well, these are up in the lake regions. How would I get there?
The Lakes region. That's like the White Mountains.
I can still promote her, though. Why not?
You sure can. I mean, she owes all of her success to you.
Well, at least some of it.
Yeah,
Friday, February 3rd, on the Twins Barn Brewing up in Meredith. I've been up there a couple of times over the years. I think I have a honeymoon up there.
You had your
5 to 8 p.m.
You had your honeymoon?
And the next day, Saturday the 4th, yep. Foster's Tavern, Alton, New Hampshire. I've probably been lost up there before. I think I remember that. It sounds familiar. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Uh-huh.
It was here for the weekend and then back to home base.
Wow. So you had your honeymoon at the first place that you mentioned?
I think so, yeah. I was up there for 3 days, just the weekend. But hey, that was the weekend the Red Sox won the World Championship.
Which means more to you when you think about that weekend, your honeymoon or the Red Sox?
Well, they were both good at the time. Everything was good at the beginning.
Right? Just wondering.
I woke up and the second day we were on the honeymoon, the Red Sox were the world champions.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you woke up the second day and she was gone.
Yeah, well, that didn't happen. Eventually, but I didn't call him.
Eventually.
I don't know why you brought that up. But I don't know. It's kind of old news now, but I'm suspecting you didn't watch any Monday Night XXX.
Monday Night Raw's 30th anniversary. We saw a little bit. We saw a couple of clips on the YouTube.
I made it actually to 9:30, believe it or not, where my eyes were going down. I said, I'll just watch it the next day on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
But it was a pretty hell of a good show.
Hell of a good.
Except the beginning. Hogan was on. Woo!
Hogan was out first?
Like you predicted.
He got booed?
I think I predicted that.
You did predict that. I know
he
one
was only
person.
on for like a minute and he left, thank God.
I know one person who was cheering. Scott Robinson.
Yeah, I know. I put out a message about him and Ric Flair. I said they don't really need to be on the show anymore. I mean, Hogan's like 70 and Ric Flair's like 100, so
Yeah, 70 and 100.
I don't know.
You're so
They
ageist.
don't need to be on the show anymore. I went on and on about my post. I'll probably take it down tomorrow, but
You don't like seeing the
only one
Hulkster?
person that looked at it was Scott Robertson.
I don't know. I'm sure there were a few people cheering. He's the
Yeah, that's
Hulkster.
true. I put a couple posts out today. My friends said, "How come you're not putting your posts out?" Well, I said, "I'm just slowing down the posting." You know, and
Uh-huh.
some people were telling me, like Peter White said, "Eric, why do you put all these posts out?" So
Right.
he might influence my decision a little bit. He said, "You're putting out way too many posts." I think even Jenny told me that one day.
I'll bet
Online.
I'll bet Peter White likes the Hulkster.
Say that again.
I said I'll bet Peter White likes the Hulkster. You know why? Because he's a real American and he fights for the rights of every man.
Yeah, I think he used to be a wrestling fan way back in the day, if I remember the story right, but not anymore.
Yes.
Which is fine. Anyways, it was a pretty good show. The all my predictions kind of came true. Bailey won, but it was just like a stupid match where Bailey had the two goons with her.
Uh-huh.
They just beat. There's no rules, obviously. They locked the door, and of course, the guy pretending to be the general manager there. He came out and unlocked the door, and locked it with a big chain. That was dumb. Oh yeah, then they almost fired Sami Zayn, but I think eventually he's like a Santa Claus now. He has a big beard.
Yes.
Anyways, they said, I don't want to see you until after. I don't want to see you until Saturday at the Royal Rumble. They were going to fire him, and one of the Usos said, "No, you're not going to fire him right now." I was like, I think eventually he's going to get fired. All part of the storyline.
Uh-huh.
But one of the Usos pretended to be injured. They put the big X on the ref, mean somebody's injured. But it was just all big. It was all big gimmicks to get Sami Zayn in the ring. It's wrestling. That never makes any sense.
Right.
And then I knew the young kid that was going to win. Theory, they're really pushing him now. Let me put a light on here. He beat up on. He's been around for a while. I wrote my notes here. He's been around. Oh yeah, not a Great American. Oh my God. Oh, Bobby Lashley. He's been around for a while, but they're really pushing on which is great because he's a young guy.
That's right. You like the young guys.
But it was funny though. Shawn Michaels came down. Of course, Ric Flair came down, and then I'm not taking good notes. Anyways, the old guys came down and they, who are you gonna call? The Ghostbusters was something. But one of the greatest scenes, I don't know if you saw that, was Undertaker and Greg Wyatt. And Undertaker didn't say any words, but he doesn't have to. And Greg Wyatt was kind of like passing the torch to him, and that was I don't know if you saw that. It was a great moment.
So do you genuinely not know that his name is Bray Wyatt? Because you keep saying Greg Wyatt.
Oh, yeah. The Wyatt guy, yeah.
The Wyatt guy.
One of your favorites, I know, and Jenny likes him too.
Yes. Although he's no Hulkster.
True, but The Undertaker, he was a badass last night. I don't know if you saw that part.
I did. He was the American badass.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so Shawn Michaels, Triple H, they came out. And they try to relive the past. I saw their 25th anniversary.
Uh-huh.
Of course, one of those guys that used to be with them in part of DX is on the AEW, so I don't really mention him anymore.
Right, Billy Gunn.
Yeah, but a lot of those whole parts are still around.
Uh-huh.
So it was pretty good. It's a pretty good show. All the times the hype doesn't equal the show, but it was pretty good. Oh yeah, they had Ted DiBiase. You can't trust a $1 billion man.
That's right.
And yeah, that guy. I forget his name right now. He's always just damn.
Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're really good. I'm not as good with the names.
But none of them are the Hulkster.
It was a halfway decent show. Like I said, I saw the other half on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So, now we're on the road to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do about Sami Zayn, but it was funny when they were head of the table, Roman Reigns says, "I don't want to see you until the Royal Rumble." I don't know if he's going to help him beat Kevin Owens or he's going to stab Roman Reigns in the face, and then
stab him
he won't win because of the disqualification.
Stab him in the face?
I think eventually.
I hope not.
Zayn's going to double. He's going to put somebody's. He's going to stab somebody in the back.
Uh huh.
But a lot of people like that Sami Zayn. Are you one of them?
Yes, I do. Thank you
He's
for
really good
asking.
with the microphone.
Yes, he is. But he's no Hulkster.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just said, but he's no Hulkster.
True.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. Are you still there?
I mean, Roman Reigns has headlined a couple of WrestleManias. I don't think he's ever going to headline 8 WrestleManias.
Could be.
The first 8 WrestleManias the main event was Hulk Hogan.
That's right. Good memory. You have
But
a
now
good memory.
everybody hates the guy, me included. I don't really like the guy. I don't hate anybody. I don't really like the guy. The last time he was promoting something, it was the 39th WrestleMania. No, I'm sorry. 37th WrestleMania. It was boo.
So here comes the chorus again. Oddly enough, I think
Rick... There's a lot of scandals now, you know. He was kind of a little racist, I guess, and he was involved with a sex scandal, and I'm not going to get into all his problems. Hey, don't we all have problems? But
we sure do.
Not all over the media.
That's right. We all have
you're
problems.
You're a big superstar like him, all the dirt comes out.
That's right.
I hope it's the last time we see him and Ric Flair. We don't really need to see those old parts anymore.
Right. Well,
this is my opinion, you know.
Yes.
I could be totally wrong, but
yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you go. It's enough of my foolishness. So maybe I'll call the second hour. Maybe I won't. So stay tuned.
Oh, can't wait. All right, bye-bye. All right, that was our friend Easy G, Eric Gagnon. Not a fan of the Hulkster. Sorry, Scott Robinson. That opens up a line for you, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007, if you would like to chime in on anything. We do have, again, if you're just joining us, coming up in the second hour, we're going to have a band in studio with us. Marvel Prone is coming in. Looking forward to that quite a bit. In fact, we're going to play a track of theirs at the top of the show, and then they're going to come in and do a few acoustic songs for us, and we'll chit-chat, do a little interview. That'll be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that. Trying to do that. Jenny's been booking more musical guests, so we kind of mix it up a little bit with the politics, but also music and you know, and the other things that we do too, like the classic film review on Friday with Eric Pilcher and so forth. I think it's good for my mental health. I shouldn't be thinking about politics all the time. Especially with the as we are now in the midst of a debt limit crisis, and things are about to get very stressful, shall we say. But yeah, 603-250-6007 is a number, 603-250-6007. We did say hello to Jason Federson. Also, Melanie La Liberty joins us in the chat. Our friend Crystal from the great state of Illinois. Oh, and Crystal says, happy birthday, #JFed. Well, Jason Federson, happy birthday. I didn't realize it was your birthday today. Very nice, very nice. Herman Street joins us, who I have a suspicion, oh yes, they are from Greensboro, North Carolina. Says, hello, #Matt. We say good afternoon. We are a pop singing group from Greensboro, North Carolina. #JFed, happy birthday, we said. Ooh, we should see if we can get happy birthday, #JFed trending on Twitter. Can we do that? I'm going to leave that up to you guys. But Mike from Queen City Cabinetry in the historic Sunbeam Mall, one of our great sponsors here at WMNH 95.3 FM, is in the chat and says, good afternoon, everyone. There is a birthday boy in chat today. Happy birthday, Jason. Jason Federson says, thank you. We say to you, #Crystal. Herman Street says, hi, Jenny, Miss President. We said to you from us. Oh, I didn't know Jenny was Miss President now. Very exciting. I'll have to congratulate her when I get home. Crystal says, we are welcome. We say back to you, #JFed. Wow, everyone's getting in on the hashtags. It's like I feel like we've all been transported to Greensboro, North Carolina. Herman Street says, #Matt. We say that our good friend Isaac Banks chat message you of Matt Connerton and send you a song. Was California Dreams song was Castles on Quicksand. Yes, I did receive that. I will check that out, I promise. #Herman Street. Let's see. Jason Federson says, Herman Street, do you do covers from the King of Pop, Michael Jackson? Oh, I bet they do. Our friend Tom Blanchard joins us. Tom, as he mentioned yesterday, just getting over COVID, he and his wife. He says, good, I need a break from shoveling. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we didn't get that much snow. It wasn't a major blizzard or anything, but it was heavy and wet. Very difficult to shovel. Herman Street says, we say hi, #ladies out there from the world, and we will love you back from us, Herman Street. Ooh, Herman Street's got some game in the chat room. Very impressive. Very impressive. Crystal says, Matt needs to have, think about what you think about play today on break for JFed's #JFed birthday. I don't know if I'll definitely play it this week. I don't know if we'll get to it today just because we have a band coming in, but and Jason says, seriously, think about it. Yes. Let's see. Crystal says, if he doesn't play it, blame it on that damn Bruce. Hate that guy. Melanie says, not complaining, just acknowledging about the song, the long intro that we did today. Yes. Let's see. Skipping down a little bit here. Mike from Queen City Cabinetry says, the conviction of Bruce is from what was once now, hashtag before, hashtag later and soon. Miriam Banish says, good afternoon. Hello, Miriam. Melanie says, it's downright adorable that you continue to try to actually have a conversation with Easy G. Yeah, I try. Once in a while it works out. Not terribly well. Tom Blanchard says, wait, you were watching the Red Sox on your honeymoon night? That sounds great, huh? Miriam says, my power has been out since 6:30 this morning. Oh, no kidding. Wow. Yeah, I know there were a lot of power outages around the state with the snow. Like I said, it was heavy, wet snow, so it did bring down some power lines. And Jenny and I had to go to the Seacoast area today, and there were, I saw some trees down. Well, I shouldn't say some. That implies I saw a bunch of them. I really only saw a couple. But they did have a couple of roads closed off because of the trees. Wow. Yeah, Miriam says, I'll be heading to put gas in a can to put in the generator. Still won't have running water. Might have to go to the Y for a shower. Wow. Paulie C joins us in the Facebook live chat, of course, from Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C, which you can hear every Friday night from 8 to 11 p.m. And, of course, I have the honor and privilege of being one of Paul's co-hosts on that show. We have a great time. Paul says, when I'm done work for the day and tune into this show and hear that lunatic on the phone talking all over you with no point whatsoever, I just come right back down to earth. Oh, well, that's, be careful now. That's our friend Easy G that you're talking about there, Paul. I mean, my goodness, that's, he's, we'll get down and dirty with you if you're not careful.
Want to get down and dirty with me?
See, you got to take that seriously. Let's see. Just kind of skipping down here. Oh, Jason Federson, actually, he says, I hate Bruce. My goodness. Jenny is in the chat room and says, shalom, peeps. Shalom. Paulie C, not a wrestling fan. He says, it's all those half-naked men pretending to beat each other up. No, that is kind of what it is. And oiled up, Mike from Queen City Cabinetry says, yes. Crystal, our friend from Illinois, says Bruce is nothing but trouble. I think he possesses his evil will on callers to ramble on about nothing. My goodness. Well, I've never trusted that Bruce guy. And we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connerton Unleashed. Who's this?
Matt, it's me. Listen, when you read that out loud a few seconds ago,
yes,
it didn't sound quite as funny as when I type it. So I just want to make sure if Easy G is listening that I meant lunatic in an endearing sense.
Yes. You meant lunatic in a positive way.
Right. Because I had a rough day at work, and as soon as I finish work, I tune right in to Matt Connerton Unleashed, the best afternoon drive show in America.
Yes.
And when I tune in the past several days, Easy G is right there on the ready. So it just brings me and let's face it, it's insane, and it just brings me right back down to the insanity level that my brain is used to and accustomed to.
Yes.
So I too am a lunatic at heart. So
yes, and when you say insane and insanity, you also mean those in a positive way. In a good way.
Of course.
Yes.
Where I belong.
Right.
It's my family of lunacy.
Right. Yes, of course.
Right.
Obviously.
So, I mean, the part about having no point whatsoever I'm sticking with. But all the other things I meant in a good way.
Yes,
So, yeah.
you meant them out of friendship and a sense of family and love for EZG. You meant them
Right.
like if EZG were here, you would probably if he were here and you were here, you would probably give him a warm embrace and kind of pat him on the back and say, you big lunatic, you're so insane. I love you, buddy. Like that, right?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. I would say, listen, your calls have no point whatsoever, but I love you, big lunatic.
But I love you. That's right. Yes, of course.
And I will always, every year, play his favorite Ernie and Bert thing at Christmas because I love him so much.
Yes. So. Yes. Well, very good. I'm glad you straightened that out. I was afraid there was beef.
He knows I'm only kidding with him anyway, and I really don't want him to unfriend me again by accident because, people unfriend people by accident on Facebook. It happens every day. And going through the whole rigmarole of having to get refriended again by EZG because that takes months. So.
That does, yeah. That's a process. Actually, he just sent me an image on Messenger. Apparently, Bruce is consoling him in his loving arms.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He shouldn't trust Bruce, though. I don't like that. It's not good, actually. It's concerning.
Well, I just wanted to clear the air.
Yes.
EZG is my favorite lunatic.
Yes. He's like, he reminds me of that song, Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider, in a good way.
That's right. And that's a great song.
It is. It's a great song. It's all very positive.
Right. It wouldn't be the same if it was called Not a Lunatic Fringe, right?
Exactly. That's a great point.
All right. Well, if you could squeeze that in later, we'll dedicate it to EZG.
Well, very good, and we'll dedicate it in a very nice way, and like what Casey Kasem used to do. Unless it was about somebody's dead dog, and then he'd get angry. But you know what I mean.
That's right. In fact, Casey Kasem used to say, "Keep your head in the clouds and don't be a friggin' lunatic." I think he said, right?
Yeah, and he used to say, keep up the good work, Manchester. I think he said that too, didn't he?
You know better.
That might be somebody else. I'm not sure. I get these things confused.
That's right. Okay, Matt, back to the show. Thank you so much.
All right, Paul, thanks for the call. Bye-bye. All right, that was our friend Paulie C from Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C, which, like I said, you can hear every Friday night from 8 to 11 p.m. right here at WMNH 95.3 FM. Herman Street says in the chat room, we say our friend Isaac Banks drinks his favorite is pollen burst, is the orange, #Matt. I don't know what any of that means. But pollen burst is capitalized. So I assume pollen burst is some sort of beverage that perhaps they have in Greensboro, North Carolina. And it's orange, I guess. I hope it has caffeine in it. That's important. Let's see. Oh, Herman Street says, we say, wow, Red Rider, awesome. Late Casey Kasem, we said, #Matt. Yes, all right. Settle down there, Herman Street. Okay, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007, if you would like to get in with a call. That is the studio line. I did want to get to a couple of news items, if we could. There is a... So apparently this classified document Appalooza, Trump is still the headliner on the tour, and Biden is opening, but apparently now they've added a special guest, and that is Mike Pence. He will be opening up the show, and then Biden, and then Trump headlines at classified document Appalooza, and very exciting tour. And but there might be a problem if you're trying to get them. Live Nation is putting it on, so you know how Ticketmaster is. It can be hard to get tickets. Although I suspect it'll be easier than Taylor Swift. And we might. I don't. Oh, that sounded wrong. I don't mean that about Taylor Swift. I mean the whole debacle with the Taylor Swift tickets. We might get to that too if we have time, because there's hearings today going on in Congress about that. But I just want to say, so Mike Pence now classified documents found at his home in Indiana. I just want to throw this out there, and as this, it seems to be a growing trend with the classified documents. All the cool kids are doing it. This is a little bit inside, but Paulie C said in the chat, we say we love Mike and the Mechanics, and you, #Matt. Thank you. Yes. So obviously this, well, I shouldn't say it started with Trump. It's, there have been other, kerfuffles around, classified documents in the past. For example, we recently talked on the show about how, during the Clinton administration, Sandy Berger actually, tried to smuggle some classified documents out of a government building in his underpants. And I don't say that to be funny. That, if you don't believe me, that literally is true. Just Google Sandy Berger. It'll come right up. I promise. It's yeah. So not an entirely new thing, but this particular cycle of this, this classified documents, it really got rolling with Trump and then Biden and now Pence. And I'm starting to wonder, and look, this is not in any way a defense of Trump, but is it possible that somebody told Trump at some point, yeah, man, you can take home whatever you want. Nobody cares. Everyone does it. It doesn't matter. Because I'm kind of getting the vibe that actually everyone does do it, that everyone just takes whatever classified documents they want, and it's not even a big deal. Easy G is back on the line. Hello.
Yeah, this is a 1 minute conversation. I remember the secret documents you have from that guy to run for president. I'm still embarrassed that I voted for him.
Stephen Comley Sr., yes, he did give me secret documents, and I do sleep with them under my pillow. Now, they're not...
Yeah, I know what Peter White did. He put them in a circular file.
Peter White did also receive an envelope of those same secret documents, but he did file them away promptly. He probably did a better job of hiding them than I did, in fact.
I think he called up the show one time, and Peter said, I don't really have time to talk to you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I don't think we'll be seeing him around the studio or making any phone calls to the show anymore. We'll leave it at that. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Yes, Stephen Comley Sr. Oh, Gonzo joins us in the chat. He says, I got my T-Swift ticks, and no amount of money would ever be enough to get them from me. Well, I hope you're taking better care of those Taylor Swift tickets, Gonzo, than our government elected officials take care of secret documents. No, I mean, but what I was saying a minute ago, I mean, I say that only half joking. And again, it's not in any way to excuse or justify Trump taking all those boxes to Mar-a-Lago with him. Oh, and apparently a storage unit in Palm Beach or West Palm Beach or whatever. I don't know the layout of Florida. Something with Palm and Beach in it. A storage unit. and wherever else. And of course... I just wonder, because one thing that we do know about Trump is he didn't know the presidency was his first job in government. Literally, his first job in government ever. He'd never held elected office before, so he didn't know a lot about the rules and so forth, and laws, I should say. And I don't think he ever gave anyone particularly the impression that he was motivated to learn much about the laws and rules and what he could and couldn't do and so forth. And I just wonder, is it possible that at some point somebody just told him, like Mark Meadows, who obviously was had served in Congress and ended up becoming Trump's chief of staff. Did Mark Meadows at some point tell him, "Oh yeah, you can take whatever you want home. Everyone does it. Just take the stuff. If it says top secret on it, what's it matter? It's not a big deal. Just take it. Go ahead. Put it in a box in a storage room or a closet, whatever. Who cares?" And again, I say that only half joking, and it's not to justify or rationalize any of it, but how many more? I mean, Pence, what was Pence doing with this stuff? What was Biden doing with this stuff? And part of why I say, though, what I say about Trump is, something we learned, I think Jenny had brought this up yesterday, with Biden, apparently some of the documents that they found go back to when he was a senator. And so presumably he's had these documents all this time, some of them going back to when he was a senator, because before he was vice president, he was a senator, and he was a senator for 30 years? And that makes me wonder. And I think Jenny had brought this up too yesterday. Are there other senators? Are there other congressmen? Are there just all these people who just have classified documents? They just take them. They don't return them. Do we have Congress people with file cabinets in their offices, just unlocked file cabinets with classified documents stuffed in them? Because I'm really getting the impression that maybe the rest of us are wrong. Is it possible that the rest of us are wrong? And when we hear things like top secret, classified, that we're just taking that wrong? I'm really starting to wonder with this news today about Mike Pence, because who's next? Do they all do it? Do they all just take stuff and don't return it? And I guess maybe the archive, the National Archive noticed that Trump had all that stuff because he took so many and then was stonewalling on giving them back, to the point where at one point one of his lawyers actually signed a sworn affidavit saying, oh yeah, you guys got everything. You got everything. Turned out they only had about half of what was there. So I just wonder about that. And that makes me wonder, is this like just the common thing? Do they all just have classified documents? Obviously, people who serve in the legislative branch and in the House of Representatives and in the Senate, of course, they have access to classified materials, especially if you sit on the Senate Intelligence Committee, for example. You have access to all kinds of things that you wouldn't have access to otherwise, that you wouldn't have depending on your security clearance. Is this common? Do they just take the stuff? I'm going to take this back to the office with me and read it, and then they never get around to reading it, but they stuff it in a file cabinet somewhere, and then someday when they retire or they get voted out, a staffer, one of their interns, somebody is packing up their office and just sticks that envelope in with a bunch of other stuff, and it ends up in somebody's house or in a storage unit or something. I mean, I really am beginning to wonder if that's how it works. And I keep hearing this thing, too, about overclassification, that a lot of these documents are overclassified. Things that are marked top secret aren't necessarily even a big deal at all, but they never get declassified, or their classification changed to a lower classification level. So, I think Marco Rubio summed it up best. He said, Senator Marco Rubio, Florida, he said, what the hell's going on here? Or what the hell's going on around here, I should say. Because, look, Trump and Pence and Biden, all found with classified documents. I would not be shocked at all if this is common, if just this mishandling, just this carelessness, and the stuff just ends up wherever it ends up. I mean, now Biden and Pence both, at least to their credit, I'll give them this much credit. They both handled it correctly, in the sense that, in contrast with Trump, there was no stonewalling. There was no need for an FBI raid, so to speak, on anyone's property. The FBI did go to Biden's home, of course, in Delaware, but they were welcome to, right? And same with Pence. So it wasn't like anyone was trying to play hide the ball among those two individuals, unlike with what we saw with Trump. But what is going on here? And it's it just blows my mind. We'll just look briefly, by the way, at what Tom Blanchard in the chat says. So they take them so no one else can read them? I don't know. Well, I assume that an original copy stays in the SCIF, as they call it, the secured compartment, and they take a photocopy. I'm not even sure exactly how that works, but I don't. Let's look at this. This is an update from 17 minutes ago from thehill.com. Let's look. Let's see if we can get some more information on the Pence. Because here's the thing too. If this is just going to be a rolling thing, where every week we find out a new person has classified documents, then after a while, it just, everyone's going to become kind of numb to it. Like, oh yeah, that's just how it works. You get elected to office, you just take home whatever, and then there's a lot of outrage, but is it really that big of a deal? You know what I mean? We'll all become desensitized to it. This is what The Hill says. Discovery of classified docs clashes with Pence's previous comments. Yeah, see, and this goes to the carelessness, by the way, the laissez-faire attitude to how these things are treated, whether it's Biden leaving something in the garage where he stores his Corvette, or it's Pence who said, when he was asked directly, I forget who was being interviewed at the time, but he was asked directly, do you have anything? Did you take anything home? And he said, no. Or I think he might have said, not that I know of, or not that I can recall. I think he might have, he's a lawyer. I think he might have given himself a tiny bit of wiggle room there. But it says here, former Vice President Mike Pence's team disclosed to, I think he's a lawyer. Is Pence a lawyer? I know he was obviously he was governor of Indiana before he was vice president. And I know he was actually a talk radio guy. But I think is he an attorney? Am I right about that? I guess I just assume that all these people are lawyers. So many of them are, so many people in government. It says here, former Vice President Mike Pence's team disclosed today the documents with classified markings were found in his Indiana home last week, and an announcement that cuts against his repeated statements that he did not have classified materials in his possession upon leaving office. Pence has been asked over multiple interviews in the last 5 months whether he took any classified materials with him when he left the White House. The questions began in August after the FBI searched former President Trump's Florida home to retrieve classified materials, and they resumed in recent weeks after it was revealed that President Biden's lawyers found classified documents from his time as vice president at his old office and Delaware home. In each instance, Pence insisted he had been careful and was not aware of any classified materials in his possession. Pence's most recent comments on the matter came on January 10, 5 days before his lawyers said he directed a thorough review of administration records being stored at his Indiana home. Okay, so at least he's got that going for him then. You know, he told his lawyers, let's make sure I don't have anything that I don't know about. So that's good. Again, very different. Both he and Biden very different from Trump, right? In that regard. Not different, though, in the sense that it's still, I think, inexcusable. Although, again, I'm starting to wonder, does it mean anything? Like, is there another classification that we don't even know about, that the American public isn't even allowed to know about, that's like super duper top secret? And that's the one that really matters. So something that's just top secret, you know, whatever, somebody wants to take it home, they can take it home, do whatever with it, you know, it doesn't matter unless somebody notices. But if it's like super duper top secret, then you're talking, you know, like launch codes for ICBMs and things like that. The really important stuff. I mean, I'm starting to wonder. Okay, so it says here, this is what Pence told CBS News at the time, quote, "Our staff reviewed all of the materials in our office and in our residence to ensure that there were no classified materials that left the White House or remained in our possession. And I remain confident that that was done in a thorough and careful way," unquote. In the same interview, Pence acknowledged the process in handling classified materials was not properly executed by Trump's staff, given hundreds of documents ended up at the former president's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. Pence's January 10 comments came shortly after the White House acknowledged classified materials were found at an old office building. At an old office Biden used while working at a Washington, D.C. think tank between his vice presidency and his presidential campaign. Pence spoke to CBS before it was confirmed documents were found at Biden's home in Wilmington, Delaware, the event that his lawyers said prompted a more thorough search of Pence's Indiana residence. The former vice president had denied having classified documents multiple times in the wake of the August FBI search of Trump's Florida residence. The FBI search came months after federal officials found dozens of classified and highly sensitive documents at Trump's home, and after the former president failed to cooperate with requests to turn over remaining materials. Pence was in Iowa days after the FBI search and was asked by the Associated Press if he took any classified documents with him when he left office. "No, not to my knowledge," Pence responded. Okay, not to my knowledge part. That's lawyer speak. That's why I'm trying to remember if he's an attorney or if one of his lawyers told him to say, "Not to my knowledge," because if you can't remember something, not that it's perjury when you're talking to the media, obviously, he's not answering that question under oath. And actually, if you believe New Hampshire's own Corey Lewandowski, it's almost your patriotic duty to lie to the media. If you remember some comments that he made in front of a congressional committee, but he did give himself a little bit of, you know, not to my knowledge. That's a key phrase. He gave himself a little bit of wiggle room there. Tom Blanchard in the chat room says E equals MC. Is that squared on this monitor? It looks like a star, so it looks like E equals MC pound or something. Wait, no, pound is the number sign. What's the star is, I don't know. Anyway, but yes, that is true. MC, of course, my initials. And that's how they arrived at that equation. I am E, actually. That's why E equals MC. A lot of you probably didn't know that. It's probably not true, actually. I'm really bad at science. Let's see. Our friend Ron is on the line. Hi, Ron.
Hi, Matt. Matt, you got a couple of minutes? Could I go off topic and ask a couple of questions?
Yes, go ahead.
News comes and goes. A couple of weeks ago, we heard about bombs landing in the nuclear area on it and all around it and things like that, and then now we don't hear about it anymore. But then I started thinking while I'm listening to your show, I started to think about Iraq. Are they rebuilding? Are they getting back on their feet? Do we still have troops over there? I started just thinking about, wow, I haven't heard in years about Iraq.
I don't know, Ron. To be honest with you, it's a great question. I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't really know. It's kind of, and this tends to happen, I think, with all of us. There's a sort of an out of sight, out of mind thing where, I mean, if we do have some troops there, we have a very light force, peacekeepers, if anybody. But I honestly don't know. I haven't even thought about Iraq in a long time. But it would be an interesting thing to look up because, obviously we invaded Iraq during the W administration. So, but I don't know currently, Ron.
I'm going to have to YouTube it myself and see what I could find out.
Yeah.
I just know that, you're pretty on top of a lot of things. So that's why I thought I'd ask first.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I don't know the answer to that, but it is a good, very good question.
All right, my friend, that's it. I was like, just like the media comes and goes. It's one day it's everything is front page, and then it's put in the back.
Very true. That is very true. All right, my friend.
All right.
Thank you for the call.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that was our friend Ron. If you'd like to get in with a quick call before the top of the hour, we do have a guest coming in, a great band. Marvel Prone is going to be joining us. But if you want to get in with a quick call in the next couple of minutes, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. By the way, they found multiple boxes in Pence's case. Pence's team confirmed today that 2 boxes containing documents with classified markings were found at his Indiana home on January 16th. Of course, we don't know how many, it doesn't say how many documents are in a box, but his lawyers notified the National Archives of their findings, and FBI officials took possession of the boxes on January 19. Okay, so when the documents were found, it was handled correctly from there. That's good. But when he was originally asked about this is what he said too when he had that interview on CBS. He said, quote, "Well, there'd be no reason to have classified documents, particularly if they were in an unprotected area," unquote. Well, yeah, that was kind of my impression, but I'm starting to think none of you really care. By none of you, I mean those of you who we elect to public office, because you say that and you call them classified, top secret, whatever you call them. But here they are, just in your house. I don't understand how this happens, but I agree with you, former Vice President Pence. There would be no reason to have classified documents, particularly if they were in an unprotected area. Yeah, I agree. Pence earlier this month welcomed the appointment of a special counsel to review Biden's handling of classified materials, arguing that it was a double standard for Trump to face a Justice Department investigation, but not Biden. Oh, okay. So now if a special counsel is not appointed to investigate Pence, will that be a triple standard? He was also critical of Biden's team for failing to notify the public about the initial findings of classified materials until roughly 2 months later. Valid criticism, absolutely, by the way. Biden's lawyers first found classified materials at his old office on November 2nd, 2022, 6 days before the midterms. Quote, "The appointment of a special counsel in this case is right. It is proper," unquote, Pence told Fox Business Network on January 12th, the day the special counsel was appointed. Quote, "The handling of classified materials and the nation's secrets is a very serious matter. And as a former vice president of the United States, I can speak from personal experience about the attention that ought to be paid to those materials when you're in office and after you leave office," unquote. All right. Well, he talks the talk. But, I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the next shoe to drop in this is. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if lots of people have lots of classified materials and they just don't take it as seriously as they pretend to know that they should. But we are approaching the top of the hour, so what we're going to do is we're going to play this track. We're going to play a studio track from Marvel Prone. The song is called 1122, and then we'll show some love to our amazing sponsors, and then we'll be well into the second hour, and the band will be in studio with us, and really looking forward to this a lot. You're tuned in to Matt Connerton Unleashed. There is plenty more to come, and but here it is. This track is 1122 by the band Marvel Prone. It's good stuff.
So long, Aphrodite, always chasing the ring, at war with mountain giants to slay my demons. I sing. I hear the voice of the king howling up to me to free him from Hades. There's hidden treasure made of everything. Sticks begetted in the river of beginning. At the bow of my ship I knelt down to pray. What if fear is the only the ship into vices. It's all I need. Tortured by the things that I love, chained to me, it seems. Laying too cold, leave no stone unturned. All that left to burn, and only a race in turn, it seems. survive. It's only a matter of time. A half full glass of wine. It left me old and burdened, with no gold, just futile wisdom. Now I'm just hanging on with nothing that got me but dust. The closer I get, the faster it's gone. Spilling my guts for no one. Shut It's all my fault. Oh, this is all my fault. The oracle conceives no plot. Their vision can ring you out to sea. Cold sunrise warms my spine. Under lion's fur, a quiet roar, a color, the minotaur. The answer he gives is not spoken. He lays open my eyes to the cloud bursting rain, slipping to the skyline for my way out of this maze. All that I seek within is the stone to weigh my soul with. No more than paper thin, it evolves and out comes my companion. Come with me when we're raising the capital of love. Born to seek, you were made from the elemental fire, but you're tarnished as tender hand this paradise.
come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria.
For delivery, call 603-782-8450.
Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town.
1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Best cocktails around.
Come in as friends and leave as family.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
WMNH, rip the knob off.
Matt Connaughton Unleashed. Matt Connaughton Unleashed. 95.3 WMNH is Matt Connaughton. Matt Connaughton Unleashed. Matt Connaughton Unleashed. Here we go, it's time for some more show. Matt Connaughton. Matt Connaughton. Matt Connaughton Unleashed. Yeah. Matt Connaughton Unleashed.
Welcome back, everybody. We are well in hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connaughton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnорton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Tuesday, January 24, 2023, and I am joined in studio by the band Marvel Prone. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Ooh, you're loud. Not your fault. We got they're gonna play for us today, and then we're gonna talk. And these guys are all set up. So if you want to do a little bit of a sound check, and then we can.
Check 1, 2, check. What's up, Manchester?
Oh, there's the bass.
Check, check, check. Cool.
All right.
I mean, I can hear my guitar here. I don't hear so much of the headphones, but I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. You can actually.
Oh, there it is.
How's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, it sounds pretty
Excellent. I'll be riding the faders a little bit as we go, as I do.
I can hear the bass. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Yeah. Whenever y'all are ready, just go for it.
All right, we're a band called Marvel Prone. This first song is called Nocturnal Life.
How troublesome to wake up to the setting sun. I open my eyes and the day is done. And although last night was some good fun, nocturnal life has got me numb. It's the weekend, I don't wanna do a thing, so I sleep in. It's peaceful to keep dreaming and dreaming. When I'm awake I can't find a reason. Nocturnal life is my weakness. Oh, the nightlife is making me feel so alive. But sometimes I gotta see that light. So tell me why waste away all this precious time when I could be tucked in bed, sleep tight. Waking up in the morning when I hear that alarm bell. You know, 2 hours of sleep don't treat me that well. From the bed I fell. Nocturnal life is making me melt. But it's not just me, just stays up to 2 or 3. I see it in my friends, I see it in my family. Nocturnal life is killing our tree. Oh, the nightlife is making me feel so alive. But sometimes I gotta see that light. So tell me why I waste away all this precious time when I could be tucked in bed, sleep tight. Get some rest, get some sleep. You can be whatever you wanna be, at least in your dreams. Lay your head down on my knee. Get some rest, get some sleep. You can be whatever you wanna be, at least in your dreams.
Very nice, very nice. Well done. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. I don't want to interrupt. This is great. I love that. You guys sound amazing.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for everyone tuning in. WMNH. All right, this next song is called Sterling.
Snap me in the shower as you hold fast to the linen and unveil the curtains to your mind. Fumbling with the fixture as you ratchet up the temperature. Rushing water, burning fire. Bet you won't do me no favors. take you, wanna take you, wanna take it. Am I better off altering my behavior? Call me signs, keep the lights still, I'm burning for you like, oh, don't hesitate. We could take our time on the second date. Drink red wine for the memories. Die an easy reverie. Oh, my love rotates about to fire in the Milky Way. Should we dance in space on a sterling sea eternally? Kiss me in the garden when you're bubbling like a fountain. We can bind like flavors, lemon, lime. I'll pick you around my flowers as I sink the wheels of power. Diamond eyes dilate all space and time. Set me up to war on the Trojans. Kiss me like hell and keep me roaring. Am I better off singing to the ocean? Overshadowed by your heart and every 60 won't suffice. Oh, don't integrate all the endless bells on the corner plane. And the volume of our hearts equate. The remnant song you calculate. Oh, don't concentrate on the drunk and stupid jokes I can't help but say. Don't they fade away from your memory eventually? Ripples and wine for your transform my sign. Can you zero the zeta on my critical line? Temporal divide, windy water, sands of brine. On my way to your shore, let me hide my concubines. Dip my hands in mercury, the vessel demanded me. Ships unleashed, but now it's hard to see. Woke up in a foreign land, thinking I've gone off the deep end, floating on a fantasy. Daylilies and miracles, and I think we wait for minutes. Now, night is falling. Dreams are calling. Oh, don't hesitate. There's nothing left to contemplate. Oh, disintegrate. Chains you fitted yesterday. Am I following your cues? Test my aptitude. Can I take you for a ride? Let no promise to survive. Terrified by our having been too. Meditating Beverly's innocent, your enemies hit me with that ultraviolence. Seas waiting to camera phone. She hoped you wished you know. Summer's fading and the feeling's strong. Won't you chase my silver soul? You turn me on.
Very nice. Very nice.
This next one's called Emma Uwu.
Oh, I should have closed my eyes. I kissed The sun that cannot light the fire. We know that it's gone too far. I'm on the seat of your car, feeling hard. I've got you thinking it's fine. We can cover up our tracks in the heat of the night. I try to tell you it's fine. No more waiting on your lies. I got much better ways to waste my time. I come undone, yet it feels so nice. You say that we can be friends. It's so pretend you didn't feel love. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's on the tip of your tongue. Your smoke is burning in my lungs. You turn it down your blinds and stare at your phone. I'm trying not to mind. Please look away. Can you hear me say, where there's a will, there's a way. Should feelings change? What's this? Ooh, I've got you thinking it's fall. Cover up our tracks in the heat of the sun. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm trying to tell you that your smoke is burning in my lungs. Thought there was something before I was done. Ooh. I've got you thinking it's fine. No more waiting on your life. Your eyes, flawless as oceans at sunset, softly exploring.
Wow, very nice. Was that 3 or 4? I got
That was 3.
That was 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got another one. Cool.
All right,
I was getting lost in it. Like, no, for
Thank you
real.
so
Like,
much.
you guys sound fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much, Matt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're happy to be here. We're
Yeah,
happy to
yeah.
be here.
Glad you're here. Yeah, go for it.
All right, I just got one more here, and then we'll do a little interview. This one's called "Eternal Return of the Same Dream." I'm having the same dream I had last week. Maybe it's older than me. I'm letting the creeping tides caress my feet. I'm wondering where she went. Am I starting to feel it? Rory sailed me to a moonlit island, a thousand sand. She takes my hand. It's a mirage, I'm lost, but I can't wake up. This is bliss, but it just won't last. I'm walking the tightrope for all to see. I'm wondering what I should do before I fall in the streets. Mephisto appears in front of me. I hear Zarathustra. Is he starting to speak? Take a risk before you give in. Mephisto laughs and pushes me over when the thoughts in my head I can't believe this is just a dream. I'm having a hard time getting out of bed. I'm missing those chances. I'm losing my money. The world won't wait on a little more sleep. What's the advantage when we're ruining the planet? Rory, sail me to a moonlit isle, our toes in sand. She takes my hand. I'm walking the tightrope for my family. I'm wondering what I should do before I fall into history. I'm watching the creeping tides caress my feet. Wishy wind, I think I'm starting to feel it. I'm having the same dream I had last week. Maybe it's older than me. I'm having the same dream I had last week. Maybe it's over. Maybe it's over and over. Over and over. Over and over. Over and over.
Beautiful. Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, if you're just joining us, we have Marvel Prone here in the studio with us, and we'll talk for a bit, and then you guys had mentioned maybe doing one more at the end.
Sure. Yeah. We'll do a send off.
Cool. That'll be awesome. Yeah, Matthew, if you want, you can pull that mic down into that chair, or if you want to join Rainer on the couch, whatever's easier. It's adaptable. Yeah, that whole thing you can pull down. Just do it gently, but yeah, it'll there you go. We've got Marvel Prone with us. So we have Rainer and Matthew, and Madison is at the news desk. What's your role in all this, Madison?
Well, I'm the drummer.
Oh, you are? Okay.
She's too loud.
Yeah. Do you feel left out?
Not at all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in this space, the whole thing would be a little much. But is it just the three of you in the band, or is there a fourth person? Or
Yep, just the three of us.
Oh, okay. Very good. And how long have the three of you been playing together? Because has it always been? Was it a 4-piece at one point, or am I confused? I thought I saw a picture with 4 people in it.
I started the band back in high school, 2014.
Okay.
With some buddies, and it's gone through a bunch of iterations. And
yeah.
I've been playing with Matthew since the summer, and we recorded an album in Chicago with Steve Albini.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. And Madison joined the band after that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you missed out on the Steve Albini. That's
that's
unfortunate.
Yeah. Matthew made it just in time. It's a funny story. The lineup that I had at the time kind of dissolved right before the studio session. So I scrambled, and Matthew was just starting to learn bass, and he's played guitar for years, but he was ecstatic about it, and we got this other incredible drummer, Jake French. He plays in a couple bands in the area.
Okay.
It was like a Disney Channel original movie. Some guy comes to me being like, "Hey, do you want to record with Steve Albini in the next couple months? You just need to work super hard for the next month." And I canceled all my commitments.
Yeah.
And then it happened.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, Matthew and Jake really came through and saved me. And
you can say ass. It's okay.
Oh, sweet.
We have to talk about that.
But just quick shout out to Jake French. He's an incredible drummer. He plays in a band called Drive Safe and a couple other bands. And I've seen Drive Safe. They're really good.
Yeah.
So. But bunch of different iterations, and Madison's joined the band recently, and she's killing it on drums, and this is like the most comfortable I've been with the lineup.
Good. Madison, are you on that track we played earlier, 1122? Are you on that?
Unfortunately, no, but that's Jake French, the amazing drummer.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Are the three of you going to record together soon, or I assume this whole album is that 1122?
Yeah, that was with Steve Albini.
That was okay. That's the one with Albini. Yeah.
We went out to Chicago, and funny story. Like it was our first time to Chicago, and what was the first thing you saw getting off the plane, Matthew?
Yeah. Well, this was the farthest I had been by myself from my hometown ever, and he was still driving. I arrived in the plane.
Yeah.
And I just thought, okay, all I need to do now is hop on the subway line in a town I've never been in before, and I hear is pretty exciting in some places.
Yeah.
And I went down. I was looking at some tourism pamphlets, and two guys were getting into a fight or something. One guy chased the other off. Then I tried to hide, I was like, I have a big backpack on my back, looking at tourist pamphlets. I'm going to go hide in the bathroom just in case. And then there was a sign that said, do not enter, with a huge blood stain on it, and some guy washing his hands behind it. So I thought, okay. And then later that night, we were unloading, and some guy plowed through an intersection, honking his horn, wearing a ski mask in the driver's seat. So we got a warm welcome from the city.
Yeah,
I've been telling that story for months.
The second we get out to unload into our Airbnb, this guy comes in a red convertible sports car, just speeding through this residential neighborhood, and we're like, oh, I wonder if this is some Grand Theft Auto stuff, and then. Soon enough, we heard sirens, and we were like, "Whoa! I wonder how many stars this chases."
Oh wow!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not in Kansas anymore.
No, I like the do not enter sign with the blood on it. That's pretty cool.
I don't want to know how that happened.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in Chicago when I was a kid. I grew up here, but my mother, after my parents split up, my mom moved back to Chicago where she was from originally, but she was in a suburb, so I never got to see any of the cool stuff like what you guys saw. But
I love the city. Beautiful place.
Oh, yeah.
So many great museums to go to.
Oh,
I saw
absolutely.
the Symphony Orchestra while I was there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, we are going to record with Madison soon.
Excellent.
There's I'm sure you've heard of the RPM challenge.
Yes.
In February.
Yep.
So, a lot of it started in New Hampshire, and a bunch of bands across the world now, and just like we'll try to record an album in 1 month. And so we did that last year, and I like to call it a mixtape because every time we've released something on, all streaming services or whatever, it's recorded in a professional environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is more of a DIY, like really DIY for us to do the RPM challenge. We just recorded ourselves, and we'll probably do that. And it's a good way to just start getting ideas going. And all three of us have songs that we want to sort of bring to light and bring to completion. And so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Hope it's not self-centered to me, but I'm excited to see some stuff hit the tracks that isn't primarily Rainer composed. Now, I love Rainer's composition, but I feel like I really love what we've been working on together, the sort of synthesis we just kind of get up in the studio messing around. And then we're like, hey, that sounded pretty good. Maybe we should take a recording of that. So,
Yeah. Have you been playing out at all? Have the three of you played a lot of shows? Or
We just played Midway Cafe in Jamaica Plain.
I know it well.
Yeah, it's a fun place, great sound.
Yep.
And we've been playing in Boston more just because I don't know why, it's just easier to get gigs there. There's more opportunities.
Yeah.
And we make friends with the bands there super easily, and and we play in the area too. We're playing in Dover on February 11th at this kombucha brewery called Auspicious Brew. It's in the Mill Building at Dover, and it's a cool little spot. And I've seen some bands there. We're sort of located in Dover now. We got our rehearsal space there, and so we're playing and then like the fall. So that's on 2/11. The day before, we're playing at the Jungle in Somerville, which is it's a cool little bar venue and right outside of Boston.
Yeah.
On the 10th, February 10th. So
Cool.
so yeah, we've been playing more shows. We played in the Middle East upstairs recently.
Yeah.
And
not to mention Ralph's Rock Diner.
Ralph's Rock Diner.
Bar in all of
that was the coolest venue I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Ralph's Rock Diner in Worcester.
Okay, I've heard of it. I feel like I've heard of it because Ralph's, there aren't a lot of places named Ralph's. I think I've heard of it, but I haven't been there.
Yeah, we were actually recommended to play there after we played a show at Angel City Music Hall.
Oh, nice. That's a nice place.
Yeah, that's a really nice place. When that place opened, I was like, oh, okay, new venue, okay. And I walk in, it's like a rock and roll memorabilia from, top to bottom. It just blew me away.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a cool place. Great sound, incredible sound there.
Not to mention all the incredible stickers, which I'm not sure I can talk about on the radio.
Yeah, no, that is a very cool place. And John Thomas, he's done a lot for to promote music in the area. It's cool that being from Dover. I mean, are there a lot of other bands? Are there specific bands in the area that you play with a lot that you sort of team up with on these shows? Because you got a lot of bands from the Seacoast area that are really good.
Yeah, for Ralph's Rock Diner, we actually brought down a couple NH bands we're big fans of. There's this rock band called Doug, all lowercase with a period afterwards.
I don't know them, but I've seen them online. Yeah, I think on Bandcamp. Yeah.
Yeah, they're incredible. And then we played with Summer Cult Band. They're a Boston band, and they're playing Boston Calling. Funnily enough,
okay.
They're going on to play Boston Calling, and then yeah.
And I'll actually give a shout out to the Holy Rollers who we played with the other night. I've been listening back to them on Spotify, and they are criminally underrated.
The Holy Rollers?
Yeah, amazing, like little folk band with some beautiful country harmonies.
Yeah,
it's a cool name.
Yeah.
And another band that played with us at Ralph's was Proelium. They're a sort of hard rock, almost metal adjacent band from Newmarket. Jake Russell leads that band. He's an incredible singer.
Okay,
and they're so much fun live.
Excellent. We've got Marvel Prone in studio with us if you're just joining us. And if you have a question or anything at all for the band, 603-250-6007 is the number, 603-250-6007. We have some comments in the Facebook live chat. You've definitely got some fans. Jenny said, awesome. Tom Blanchard.
Thanks, Jenny.
Tom Blanchard says, sounds great. Very talented. Nice.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom.
Let's see. Mike from Queen City Cabinetry, one of our sponsors here at WMNH, says they are very talented. I saw a comment in here from our friend Stefan Philbrook, who I want to find his comment because he said a lot, and it was I think I scrolled past it. Sorry, let me find that because I want to make sure. Okay, so he said that he hears progressive influences like Greg Lake, Edgar Winter, Steve Howe from Yes, very cool and unpredictable. #awesome sauce. Yeah, I know what he means.
You.
I know what he means about unpredictable. You guys have a lot of really cool changes in there, which are nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm a huge fan of Yes.
Are you?
I was actually going to say that
really?
guy's bass is one of my main inspirations. So spot on, my friend.
Yeah, I forget his name. I used to know the bass player for Yes. I forget his. I mean is it No, it's not Trevor Rabin, is it?
I don't know. I said I'm a huge fan. I'm a fan.
But he is.
Yes.
Yeah. yeah.
I do love Yes. I really like Starship Trooper. Close to the Edge is one of the most sublime musical experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you all do any covers? I only ask because I feel like I can kind of tell an artist's influences a lot from the covers that they do. Do you do any covers?
We haven't done any covers with this lineup yet, just because we're trying to go full bore into the original music.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the band's past, we've covered Arctic Monkeys, The White Stripes, Radiohead, Neutral Milk Hotel, Led Zeppelin, some of the classic stuff and some new stuff as well.
Yeah. Excellent.
Not to mention we all love the Beatles.
We all love the Beatles.
Yeah.
Some people don't. Some people don't like the Beatles.
Weird people.
Most people at least like the Beatles. Yeah. You won't find many people who.
If they don't like the Beatles, they at least like a band that loves the Beatles.
Right.
So
right.
It's like they can't.
Absolutely. Have you done a lot of radio interviews before, or is this the first one, or?
This would be the second one. We've only done a radio interview one other time. We've played on WNH Durham.
Yeah.
91.3 a couple times in the past, and
cool.
And one of those we included an interview. Yeah.
My dad lives down that way, and he listens to WUNH a lot. He's
shout out to the polka party.
I don't know.
Yeah, the polka party. That's Sunday.
We've been growing up with that with my dad for so long.
I don't know if my dad's really my dad's hipper than I am when it comes to music. He loves college radio. He loves hearing new stuff. We have a call. We'll see who's on the line here. Hi, welcome to Matt Connerton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, Maddie. It's Gary.
Hey, Gary. How you doing?
Another good group.
Yeah. You like these guys?
Good voices. I love it.
Thanks, Gary.
Stephen took my thunder there. I can hear Steve Howe and just Greg Lake and everything.
Yeah.
Really good. I was a big fan. I'm still a big fan of Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I was brought up on Emerson, Lake and Palmer, so.
Yeah,
the voices, you got that great, nice, really smooth, and just a good tempo of your music. I really enjoy that.
Oh, thank you so much, Gary.
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm a musician myself, so Maddie knows, and when you get some good people on, I have to comment because you guys are really good, and it's around here, and they're always saying that there's no talent around here and in New Hampshire, and well, there's a lot of talent around here in New Hampshire, and
absolutely,
you just got to come see it, and we got to keep the venues up.
Yep.
I know John Thomas from when he was a little kid. So.
Oh wow!
But yeah, he owned a grocery store. I know, and but he was friends. I used to get him all his little placards for his house. I went to a couple of his parties, and they were fabulous. So, but yeah, keep it up, guys. Really, and like I said, we just need those venues. We need. We just need the guys playing around here, and they got to open up.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Keep on rocking, guys. I really appreciate and ladies. I'm sorry. You got a girl drummer.
Yeah.
Girl drummers rock.
Yeah, girl power.
Girl drummers rock.
There you go.
There you go.
So,
don't always put them in the back. Say, oh yeah, you just bang on that drum. They rock.
Yeah.
And she sounds like a good one. So yeah, Maddie, you know how much I love you. So
yes. All right, Gary.
Send Jenny my love. But great, guys. It sounded really good.
Thank you so much, Gary.
All right, Gary, thanks for the call. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, that was our friend Gary. And yeah, there is so much great talent around here, and I mean, I'm sure it's like that everywhere. I've always said, for all we know, the greatest band that ever lived, nobody's ever heard them because they just played in a basement or a garage and never went out and played shows. And we might have all missed out on the greatest band that ever lived, for all we know.
Yeah, my guitar. It's funny, my guitar teacher told me the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's all subjective anyway, but no, you guys sound great. This has been very cool. I want to make sure we have enough time to hear one more song.
Cool.
But before we do that, what should we know about where to find you online? Keep up with everything on social media, and if you want to remind us too about the shows you have coming up.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the name of the band is Marvel Prone, as in Marvel Comics Accident Prone. So Marvel Prone. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, all of the above. So our Instagram handle is Marvel Prone, no spaces. You can definitely follow us on Spotify. Every little bit helps and is much appreciated. And as far as upcoming gigs this year, we've got February 10th at the Jungle in Somerville, February 11th at Auspicious Brew in Dover. And let me know if I missed something, Madison. Madison is not only plays the role of our drummer, but she's kind of like the band manager.
Oh, okay.
Band mom. All right.
Are you the most organized, Madison? Is that what
Absolutely,
it is?
I try to be.
Yeah.
We're also playing at the Nashua Garden on March 10th.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
March 10th. And then some sort of smattering of gigs. And we're trying to gig a lot more, so we'll keep adding. And so definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And we'll be playing the Press Room this summer.
Good.
And
excellent.
Yeah, we're hoping to play the Press Room with a band from Boston called Trophy Wife and Summer Cult again. So and in some we'll be trying to get more and more gigs here and there.
Yeah,
so.
Outstanding. Well, thank you guys. We'll get to your last song in a moment, and then that's how we're gonna end the show today, is with these guys. So I will just before we do that, just want to remind everybody, if you missed any part of today's show, it'll be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org and at my website, mattconnerton.com. And if you're listening live on Tuesday, right after this show, of course, we have Through the Stage Door, hosted by the great Rob Dion. So that will be coming up immediately after this program. And otherwise, we will talk at y'all a little bit later. But we're going to leave with one more song from these guys, Marvel Prone. And let me. Actually, I should give you a minute there, Matthew, to get set up there. This has been really cool. It's wonderful to meet you guys and have you come in and play. And
it was great to meet you, Matt. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And all right, looks like Matthew. Let me get those mics. I'm a bass player myself. I know that sound well.
I'm too tall for this thing. All right, that's fine. I'll squat.
All right, awesome. All right, whenever you guys are ready, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Marvel Prone.
Thank you very much. Song is off of our first album.
Those wondrous eyes, electrify like thunder skies. It puts a rainbow in my mind. You did my heart and tie-dye. What can I sacrifice to be your guy? When I see your face, I'm riding big tall waves, thinking we may embrace. It's making my heart race. You got curves like a vase, and it's got me dazed. How much further can I dig into how much I dig you? Oh, your eyes lips are sexy tonight. I don't know what to do right now. I'm just too caught up with fear to try and get you near me. When you're close enough, I feel the rush of your beauty blazing fairy. With tectonic faith, I'm grounding up my place. Might start an earthquake. Oh, loving with just haste. Tell me, is this love a waste? Have I made a mistake? Volcanoes of hope, disasters bound to be provoked. The lava love me overflow. If I keep feeling this, whoa, need an antidote. Poison love has got me choked. How much further can I dig into how much I dig you? Oh, your eyes, your lips are sexy and tonight. I don't know what to do right now. I'm just too caught up with fear to try and get you near me. When you're close enough, feel the rush of your beauty blazing fairy.
Very nice, very nice. I gave you a little extra. I didn't know some of your songs are longer, so I probably gave you more time than needed. do you have one? Do you want to do one more? Do you have a short one to?
Yeah,
super short.
Yeah, I mean, She Hits Me is pretty short. Little Signs is shorter. Yeah, let's do Little Signs.
Little Signs sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, go for it. All right, we got time for one more. Cool.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
I can tell you're unimpressed by the way you're not undressed. It hits me hard like a drag from a dart. I cannot tell if I'm attractive or not, even if I try my best. interaction fails your test. I won't stop cause it's turning me on. You're the queen, I attack like a pawn. This whole week has been such torture. I feel weak just thinking of you. I can tell you're dropping little signs, but she don't want any of my time. Stare at the moon with my shoes untied, hoping soon I will break our divide. Is there nothing that my mind can devise to break duality between our skies? I'll be searching till the end of time for that perfect pickup line, but it's clear there's no chance for me. The end is near and it's ecstasy. This whole week has been such torture. I feel weak just thinking of you. I can tell you're dropping little signs, but you don't want any of my time. Such torture. I feel weak, just can't ignore you. I can tell you're dropping little stones, but you don't want, but you don't want, but you don't want any of my time. Thank you. We are Marvel Prone.